Before studying de Broglie hypothesis, I want to tell you one thing, that our solar cell is photovoltaic cell and not photoemissive cell. So this factor you need to understand in this part of the chapter. Now we will start with the de Broglie hypothesis. Now what happens in de Broglie hypothesis? He was a scientist, Prince Louis de Broglie. Now, since it's a French name, you will not call it Louis. Okay, he proposed on the basis of symmetry existing in the nature, that if radiation has dual nature, sometimes the wave nature is dominant, sometimes the particle nature is dominant. Matter may also possess a dual nature. We talk about matter as a composed particle. But are there situations where matter seems to show wave-like properties? Yes, there are situations. They have conducted an experiment, and the diffraction of electrons from nickel crystals is described in the later part of this chapter. Now, de Broglie used the properties of frequency that is given by nu. Then they have used the wavelength lambda of a wave and proposed the relation that connects the particle properties of energy and momentum. The energy is given by capital E, P is given by momentum. The relation is established by E is equal to PC. Now, what is P? P is momentum, C is the speed of the light, where they are considering a massless particle. Now, they are equating this with special theory of relativity. Now we are starting to study little part of relativity. If you take time to understand, no problem. It will happen in this way only. So here momentum is given by E upon C. So E is energy, C is speed of light, which is equal to h nu upon C. Now who is h nu? Nu is the frequency, h is the Planck's constant, upon c. C is speed of light, which is equal to h upon lambda, where lambda is the wavelength. De Broglie proposed that a moving particle has total energy E and P as a associated momentum with a wave analogous to the photon. He suggested that the wave and the particle properties of matter can also be described by relation similar to the for a photon. Thus, the frequency and the wavelength associated with the particle matter having mass m could be given by velocity v is equal to E by h, and lambda is equal to h by p. And also they have used one more equation which states that h into h upon m into nu. He referred to these waves associated with the materials as matter waves. Moreover, the wavelength of the matter waves is known as the de Broglie wavelength. The greater is the momentum, the shorter is the wavelength. For the wavelength of matter is known as de Broglie relation. For a particle of a mass m moving with velocity v, the kinetic energy Ek is given by E into half into mv square, or v is equal to under root of 2 Ek upon m. Thus the lambda, that is the de Broglie wavelength, is being given by h upon mv, which is equal to h by m into under root of m by 2 Ek, which is equal to h upon under root of 2 into m into Ek, for a charged particle of charge q when accelerated from rest through a potential difference v. The work done is given by q into v. W is equal to q into v. Thus, this provides the kinetic energy. Ek is equal to W equal to Q into V. Therefore, lambda is equal to 2 under root 2 divided by under root of 2m Ek, which is equal to H divided by under root of 2m QV. This relation holds for any charged particle like electron, proton, or even a charged ion, where m corresponds to the mass of the particle, of the charged particle. Of course, when V is very large, say V kV, it is in kV, so that the speed of the particle becomes close to speed of light. Such equation is for this, such equation cannot be applicable. We will learn other effects in such situations in the higher classes, that is in first year engineering. For an electron moving through a potential difference V given in volts, lambda is given by H upon under root of 2me into EV. They have substituted the respective values, that is 6.63 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second, which is our Planck's constant, upon under root of 2 into 9.11 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg, which is weight of electron, multiplied by the charge of electron, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb, into the respective amount of volts. After converting it by putting the respective values, your formula for lambda becomes 1.228 into 10 to the power of minus 19 upon under root of V in volts is the length in meters for the lambda value. Then comes lambda in nanometer, which is given by 1.228 divided by under root of volts. Here they have discussed one example in front of us, that is an electron is accelerated through the potential difference of 120 volts. Find its de Broglie wavelength. Voltage is 120 volt. We all know the formula. So lambda is equal to 1.228 divided by under root of V. We can get under root of 120 in our log table book. So here, after substituting the value, we can get the respective answer. Can you estimate the de Broglie wavelength of the earth? If you want to find the de Broglie wavelength of the earth, you can Google this answer, and in the special effect of relativity of given by Einstein, you will understand this effect. Then comes the expression of momentum. P is equal to E by C, that defines the momentum of a photon. And can this be expressed using an electron or a proton? Yes, definitely. It can be expressed, but it will not be applicable to the concept of de Broglie's principle. With this, we are done for today's lecture. In the next lecture, we will explain about the experiment of Davison and Germer, which will make things more clearer about the dual nature of matter and particle.